From the crossroads of the world in the heart of Times Square, welcome to Agent Brew, a podcast that percolates real estate insights. I'm your host, Eric Zollinger of Realty Co. Welcome to our viewers and listeners. We appreciate you tuning in yet again for another episode where we have a casual conversation with those that have walked the path before you, our industry leaders. Today, it is a pleasure to welcome Judith Daniels of Sotheby's in Short Hills. How are you, Jude?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
Very well, thanks. So I always like to start on how we might know one another. Full transparency, one of your teammates and I have done deals together, Oren Gelati, who used to be here in the city, and now he is full-time there in Short Hills.
Yeah. And Oren works on my team. Oren's one of two other team members on my team, and he came from a successful business here in New York City.
Yeah, and worked at Related, so we all I always like to say LAR, Life After Related, because Briggs and myself and Tina and formerly Michelle, we were all part of that Related cloth. So, yes. So let's get started with you and your agent journey story. If you could start with your elevator pitch, give us who you are in 2 minutes.
Okay. So my name is Judith Daniels, and I work at Prominent Properties, Sotheby's International Realty. I have a team, the Judith Daniels Team, that I started just over a decade ago. And my team members are Angela Cohen and Oren Gelati, and they are rock star agents, both of them. I'm so lucky to have them working with me.
And what markets are you in?
Primarily in Short Hills, Milburn, Summit, Livingston, Soma, which is South Orange and Maplewood. And we also do the surrounding area, so the Midtown Direct train line.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's a pretty big territory.
Yes.
And let's go to your origin story. When did you start real estate?
I started real estate about 20 years ago.
Okay.
So
did you have a career prior?
Yes and no. I've been in sales since college. I'd say I was a Cutco realtor. Cutco.
I sold Cutco too. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I still use my Cutcos that I gave my grandmother.
I do too. So I sold Cutco for a while. Actually, I was a top sales rep in the country, and I figured out how to do things a little bit differently in Cutco, and it really made me want to be vector marketing, and it made me decide that sales was definitely a path that I'd consider. I also considered medicine at the same time, and I got into medical school in the midst of the beginning of my real estate career, and I really had a decision to make. The thing that I really wanted to do was to help people.
I love that you're saying this.
So that was really my guiding force, and still is my guiding force. How can I help people? And even though I got into medical school and I could have gone that path, I also wanted some balance in my life. And although realtors don't really have a lot of balance.
Little did you know that you're probably giving up more time as a real estate agent.
Probably in some ways, but I really wanted to have a family, and the realtor lifestyle seemed to appeal to me more in terms of being able to have a family and kids, and it's really worked out. So I'm really lucky, and
that's really great.
I made the decision that I did.
So then did you grow up in New Jersey in Short Hills?
I did. I grew up in Short Hills, and I'm actually my parents' next door neighbor.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you did Cutco, which as a national, I mean, that's pretty impressive to start off, especially so young, but it's such a great career for young people to learn sales. Were you able to directly then leverage those relationships and make an easy transition into real estate?
Absolutely. Actually, my first really big listing came from someone who had sold Cutco too.
I love it.
And I got another listing actually years later too, where the person, I didn't even remember because I had such a long list of people who I sold Cutco to. I sold about 200 families in my area.
Oh, wow.
And someone had said to me, "You sold me Cutco, and I don't even cook." So
So
You
you
can sell
sold
my house.
you sold ice to Eskimos, basically.
Basically, but I didn't mean to in that way. I really believe in the product. And that's really the approach I take with homes, by the way, too.
Well, you're extremely sincere. I mean, this is the first time we're meeting in person, and we've had some great phone and Zoom conversations, but I can understand why people trust you so much, and you've been so successful.
Thank you.
So you were able to leverage that into an amazing team, and so you had a previous career also in sales. I guess what would you say is your biggest challenge facing you and your team right now?
I'd say the biggest challenge today is inventory, and I think that's what it is across the board in real estate in all, at least the suburban markets. We're finding that people aren't moving as quickly, so our buyers don't have as much to choose from, and there's a lot of competition in our market.
So then how are you getting around that? How are you, do you have a secret sauce, or are you willing to share, one of the techniques that you're using to get over that objection or, no inventory?
Absolutely. I've been doing this for years despite the market, but I think the primary thing to do is to really create the opportunities for my clients.
Okay.
So for my buyers, I've been a big fan of door knocking, and
which you can't really do in Manhattan, but everywhere else in the country you really can. So
well, it's a very targeted approach too.
Right.
So I don't go door to door knocking on people's doors. I don't think that's productive, and
Right.
I wouldn't have the time to do it, and I also don't think it would be fair to the homeowners or to my clients for me to spend my time doing it that way. Instead, I do a lot of research in the beginning and see which homes my clients might like, and with their help, we collaborate, and I'm able to target homes for my clients that they'd find interesting. And then depending, I look back at the homes and say, okay, when did this person buy their home? Who did they buy it with? And I really make an effort to reach out to the previous agent for those now sellers, but when they were buyers, so that I could collaboratively work with their agent. I'm not really here to get both sides of the deal. What's most important to me is that I get a home for my buyer clients. In that case, when they don't have their own previous agent, and in some cases that person's not working anymore, or maybe they bought that home privately and built something themselves, in that case I'll directly go and door knock. And I've been able to make some really amazing deals work out for my clients.
That's really great. So I guess it is a perfect segue into any particular wins in your career that you're very proud of.
I have a really interesting story on that note, actually.
Okay, please share.
So I had clients who were looking for a property to build on in Short Hills.
Okay.
And so
For land or even
For land.
For a tear down?
so land, a tear down, whichever they could do, and they wanted to be in a very specific area. So we worked together to determine which properties could work for them. And I door knocked several of those properties, and I was able to find one. I negotiated that sale for them, and because the seller wasn't really looking to sell at that time, it took several months to negotiate, but we did.
Wow.
Yeah, and then, so we closed on that home for them. They built their dream house on the property, and then referred their best friends or very good friends to me. So I started working with those friends, and those clients had said, we were looking, through the existing inventory, there was nothing that really worked. And she said, my dream house is really this address, and it happened to be the house right across the street from their friends.
Oh my gosh.
So I said, well, that house just sold a year and a half ago, but I will door knock it for you. And I door knocked and I door knocked, and I finally got this person. And he wasn't open to it at the time, but a few months later he called me and gave us the opportunity to buy it off market. And my client said yes, and so now I have 2 beautiful homes right across the street from each other, and my two most beautiful, amazing clients.
Wow.
Living across the street from each other who were already friends. It's such a win. It just gives me so much pleasure to know.
And I'm sure if they
that I
have
can
kids
help
and they're
them.
able to all be there, and just what a great opportunity, because it's all about lifestyle, right?
It is. It's all about lifestyle. And these are our families, you know. These clients of mine have become really close friends too, and I feel so fortunate to be able to have that as what comes out of many of my opportunities when I'm working with people.
Great, great. And any other particular wins that you're very proud of?
Oh, I'm thinking specifically. I mean, I really think I just had something on the market that sold with 9 offers.
Wow.
Yeah, the Short Hills market is intense, and it was really just such a pleasure working with my clients. You know, a lot of agents, I think, will look at this market right now and say, well, it's such a competitive market. You don't really need to prep your home. You don't really need to do much. Just put it on the market and we'll
Sure.
sell it, you know. And really, when I walked into my client's house for the first time, it practically looked staged. It's a beautiful home, and I could see that they took excellent care of it. But that didn't stop me from making sure that the clients did everything that we typically do for home prep, which includes organizing, staging,
Decluttering.
windows, everything. Even though you couldn't see it when you walk into the house, when buyers go into the homes, they're going to open every cabinet, every closet door, everything. So we made sure that the house showed absolutely perfectly, and it really was a great result at the end of the day for my clients. They are thrilled, and the buyers will be thrilled too because they have a home that's in great condition.
That's
Such
great.
a win.
So if we flip it to the other side, any transformational losses that have really it was originally a loss, but then you were able to learn from and turn it into a win?
A loss. I'm not sure.
Any deals that might have gone south? It's fine. So I'm curious to know, what is your favorite piece of technology today?
AI.
AI. All right.
Everyone loves AI these days, and I'm one of them. I think it really has helped me work faster and better.
How so? Are you using it in, like, say, a CRM, or are you using it in marketing, or is this just day-to-day, like, emails and letters?
All of the above.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I use it in everything that I do now. I've really learned to maximize it and be able to use AI to help me work faster and smarter, and be able to maybe think out of the box
Okay.
a little bit differently. Like, I'm not only in my head. I think it's important to consider other perspectives. And in my business, I'm not always able to discuss things with people around me.
Right.
And so I'm able to get another perspective sometimes as well from the magic of AI.
Yeah, that's great. So from there, I always like to find out what does success mean to you?
Happiness. Happiness for me, and happiness for the people who I'm working with. So it's really important that the people who I work with feel like they got a win at the end of the day. If they don't feel that way, I'm not happy.
Well, it's a service industry.
Yes. But it really goes beyond the sale too. So I have someone who's reaching out to me now, actually, who just recently had an issue with their home. They bought it in 2022.
Oh.
They called me last week. It wasn't something that was caused because of me in any way, but they know that I'm going to help them. And so I immediately called the people that they needed, and we are on it. And not only to make sure that, to understand what happened and why it happened, but to make sure that this issue never comes up again. And I'm going to be there from beginning to end to problem solve with them.
Great. So do you ever, as far as your business today, would you say that it's primarily more just all referral, or are you actively growing and marketing?
I really don't do all that much marketing because my business is so robust through referral.
I mean, after 20 years, I would assume, plus you grew up there, you are like probably the first person on everyone's mind.
You're so sweet. I have a strong but a small but mighty following, I'd say.
I love that.
And I'm always busy, which is great. Like I always have people who, thank God, believe in me, trust in me, know that I'm going to do more for them than anyone else would. And my team is amazing. Angela and Oren on my team really are able to be there when things do get so busy. They already have full plates, but we're able to work together and make sure that none of our clients feel it and that all of our clients feel like they're our only priority.
That's great. So let's play the gratitude game. Now, we do this with a little bit of flair because it's Agent Brew, and we like to infuse a little bit of coffee in that. So instead of rose, thorn, bud, we like to do the aroma, the brew, the grounds, and the fresh beans. So are you a coffee fan?
I really am.
I am too.
I had about 5 cups.
I love that. Oh, because I've already had 4. That's why I'm doing my mushroom tea right now.
We'll have to talk about that after.
So I'm curious, what motivates you? So the aroma, I grind my beans every morning. And so I love that when it's brewing and just the smell of the fresh beans being grinded. What motivates you? What gets you out of bed?
My people.
Okay.
So right now it's my buyers and sellers, making sure that especially the buyers right now, our inventory is so tight in Short Hills. We have it, just to give you an idea of what the market used to be during a normal market and what it is now. During what we called a normal market at this time of year, we had about 125 to 150 homes on the market.
Okay.
Today we have 28.
Oh.
Yes, and that's
And is this
norm.
For New York, the main market, the main selling season is usually mid-February or right after President's Day weekend until the end of May.
Yes, it's about the same, although we haven't really seen the market stop. So my husband's always teasing me now because I'm like, oh, it's the spring season, it's the sales market. And he's like, when are you not busy? Let's be honest. Like, you work year round. And it's true. Sometimes my clients end up finding success in the spring market, and sometimes they end up finding more success in the fall market. And I even had several listings last summer, you know.
Okay.
And in every market, we just figure out how to best position our clients and make it work for them. Yeah.
So the next part is the brew. It's that first cup of coffee. It gets you moving, grooving. It sustains you. One might say it's what is your why?
I think I have a little bit of competitiveness in me where I want to find something for my clients that wouldn't otherwise exist without me. Whether it's a buyer or a seller, I really want to be the one who's the point person for making that happen. I want to be the one to add value for them.
I love the add value. It's so important.
Yeah, I mean, people trust me with what's. I used to think it's just the most important financial decision, but it's more than that. It's a life decision. It's where they're
It's
going.
lifestyle. It's family.
Yeah, where will they be? I mean, even though Short Hills is my primary market, I work in these other sections like Summit, Maplewood, South Orange, West Orange, all different markets. And each of those communities has its different vibe. I want to make sure that my clients do their due diligence to make sure that they're in the right community for them, where they're going to feel like they're getting what they want out of it, whether it's commute, school system, restaurants, although we're a quick drive to many great restaurants in Montclair, the food capital of New Jersey. But I really want to make sure that my buyers end up in the right place, and then even once they decide on their community, that we hyper focus on which area within that community would work for them, and then focus again on the house. And when I'm working with sellers, I want to make sure that we really get the right offer for them. Price isn't always the most important thing.
Absolutely.
So I really work with my clients to understand what their needs are, and then we decide from there what strategy we're going to take in terms of positioning their home, marketing their home, and accepting offers. And in some cases, even though we're in this very strong seller's market, some of my clients have opted to sell their homes privately.
Okay.
And so
Like on a private listings network or just themselves?
no,
A
with
FISBO?
me,
Oh, with you. Got it.
with me,
Okay.
but not going on the MLS. And
Okay.
and in those cases, we really have to figure out what they're comfortable with and re-strategize. It's not your traditional way of
Right.
selling, but we can do whatever our clients want.
That's a very interesting topic you bring up, given that it's so prevalent in industry news today. Are you finding that this is something that you're seeing more and more as a trend, or are these still just one-offs that you just happen to facilitate off market?
I'd say not more and more, but I've consistently had that every year. I've had
Oh, okay.
2 or 3 deals every year that happen to be off market because the sellers have decided that they don't want to go on the market for whatever reason.
For whatever reason, and that's always permitted, but it's not something that we always recommend, right, to get the highest and
We
best
do not
price.
recommend.
Exactly.
We
So
absolutely do not recommend.
I guess you've really created yourself then as that go-to person for somebody that is looking for off-market listings, potentially.
Yeah. In some markets, yes. I am a source of our market listings. But I think the bigger thing is that the agents in our markets collaborate with each other, and the relationships between the agents in our market are so important.
They really
so
are.
I've been really fortunate to be able to have real friendships with a lot of the agents, not only at Sotheby's, but at all of the different agencies. This is the 4th agency I'm actually with.
Oh, wow. Okay. And how long have you been with Sotheby's?
10 years.
10 years. So that's quite a long time. And I guess
Not moving.
well, I was just about to say, so there's been a lot of interesting things with the parent companies. Are you seeing anything, is there any concern or is it still business as usual, blinders on and just work?
We're super excited.
Okay, great.
We're very excited about what's happening with Anywhere and Compass, and I think that'll only serve to help us in our business and our clients, more importantly, in selling their homes.
It's great to hear. So our next part is the grounds, which can be very messy, frustrating. Anything frustrating you today that you're trying to figure out how to maneuver around?
I think we've really talked about it a bit, but it's really the inventory issue has become something that we're constantly problem solving. So
And it's not just a part of the year, it's really
it's year round.
year round.
So I'm never bored in life. I always have business because I create my own business. So even if things might be slower in the market, I'm out there. That's my opportunity to get out there and create business for myself, for my team, and most importantly, for my buyers and sellers.
So the last part of the gratitude game is the bud, the fresh beans. Is there something, and one of the reasons why we started this podcast, because we wanted it to be an opportunity for you, the agent, to talk about what's coming, what's new. So is there something is there a listing? Is there perhaps a marketing plan or something you're most looking forward to?
I'm really looking forward to building my team.
Oh,
So-
okay.
Yeah, but the way that it's been built so far is the way that I'm going to continue to build it, which is we're very small. It's just me, Angela Cohen, and Oren Galati, which are amazing agents, and they have so much integrity, and we work collaboratively. And I wouldn't take someone who wasn't like that. So I'm always interested in growing, but only with someone who I think would be just a perfect fit for our team and to be able to really add to it and maybe perhaps in another market that we're not covering now.
Very good. Well, we'll certainly make the plug at the end for anybody interested that's out there watching. The next part is my favorite part because this really is an opportunity to look back and think about what you've done throughout your whole career that you would potentially change. So if you could give your young agent right after Cutco, your young your young entrepreneurial self a piece of advice, what would it be?
I would have thought to move faster. So I think that there was a lot. I started in the business when I was like 24, 25 years old. And very quickly I became insecure in the beginning because I felt like I was so young. And that was what I heard from some of the people.
Well, it's an industry, especially where you are, where people are around for a very long time,
Yes.
right? So,
and I was in the top office in the area when I started working with very established agents. Now I can see how that benefited me in my business because I have relationships with all those agents and I feel so lucky to have been there.
were you in the office a lot as a young agent?
I was. I did a lot of floor time, which doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
But I got to learn from some of the top agents in the area, so that was a real benefit. But
also they saw you,
yes.
right? So that's, I just find that so interesting that today nobody wants to go into the office when there's so much knowledge just to be absorbed from being around everyone that's doing business.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, that's how I got my start, just hearing people on the phone or hearing agents that come over to just, shoot the information that's happening with all the different deals. And for me, it was also great because I was 25 at corporate.
You were 25 too.
Yeah. So literally, back then it was a very different time in 1999. And so, I mean, listen, we were just getting the new listing servers here. I mean, because it was going from DOS to, ooh, wow, on the internet. and it was just fascinating because, at 25, you're very impressionable. But also, if you're willing to work hard and put the time in, people see that. And over time, when they just see you always there and on the phone or willing to work, it opens opportunities and doors.
It absolutely does. I think that the most important thing that I got from that was the relationships.
Well, it's not just relationships with your clients, it's relationships with the other agents.
That's what I mean with all of the agents. I'm so lucky to have been at Bergdorf when I started. It was just a magical experience and being able to connect with people who I otherwise probably wouldn't if I had started a bit later. I went from Bergdorf to Keller Williams.
Okay.
Actually, Bergdorf was purchased by Caldwell Banker, so I was
interesting.
with Caldwell Banker for about a year, then Keller Williams, and then I moved to Sotheby's, and I've been so happy here. It's just been the perfect mix for me of professionalism. The marketing is top tier for my clients, and my managers are amazing, and my colleagues really all have the same values, and I just feel so fortunate to have found that in one place.
So thank you, Jude, for coming on Agent Brew. We certainly are appreciative of you coming on, and we look forward to having you in future seasons. I always like to ask, is there a particular positive quote or motivator that you are fond of?
Yes.
Please share.
The best way to predict the future is to create it.
I love that.
Peter Drucker. I love that too, and I really feel like it's something that applies to my life and my business every day.
It really speaks to mindset, as far as you really have to have that mindset in order to achieve. The one that I chose for you today, which, believe it or not, it's not Zig Ziglar, which I've used for virtually every episode, but this came through, actually through Michelle Galati. She gave me a book of positive quotes every day. And so this one just happened to come up, and I think it's very fitting. We must be willing to get rid of the life we planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us, by Joseph Campbell. Again, that's, we must be willing to get rid of the life we planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us. And I feel like that's so important, but also fitting for any new listing we get, because you can plan whatever you want, but you have to be able to pivot and be willing to not be 100% on the old things and the way things have been done, but to pivot and go with what's the new opportunity.
Absolutely. It's funny, I had just had a electrician at my house the other day, and I was asking him about his business, and he said, oh, I love my business. I said, why? And he said, because I'm a problem solver, and that's what I do all day, is I problem solve. And I said, oh, that's funny, you should say that. I problem solve every day too. And he asked me what I do, and I said, I'm a real estate agent. And he said, yeah, but when I'm problem solving, if I get it wrong, it'll kill me.
Very true. We're not doing rocket science here or curing cancer. But
I'm glad I'm not an electrician.
well, Jude, thank you again for coming. To our viewers and listeners, if you are a real estate agent in the Short Hills, New Jersey area and are interested in perhaps joining Jude's team, please reach out to her or me. I'm Eric Zollinger from Realty Co. It is such an honor to be the host of Agent Brew and Agent Brew Executive Sessions. We ask you to please tune in every Tuesday for a new episode. And I'll say this, it's a great day for real estate. We look forward to seeing you in the future.